This is what I'd do if I was in an elevator with somebody. Hey. Good morning. We're here today down at the big lake they call Kitchigumi, Lake Superior here. And my glasses are so, I can't even see anything. We're gonna catch some fish. We're gonna cook up my take on the Kentucky hot brown sandwich called the Minnesota hot brown. We're gonna put our gloves on properly and have a really good fucking time. I'm Nate P, this is Shore Lunch. Yeah, internet. Seasons have changed. We're out of Crocs. We're in our moon boots, baby. It's getting to ice fishing season. You're gonna see a lot of this, look. Ice fishing is my very favorite way to fish. This is a fun transition. Different tactics today. Once the sun comes up, I'm gonna do a little rig rundown and show you what we're doing. Very specific to this area, but this tactic can be used in other areas as well. Rig rundown. We got our big 9-foot steelhead rod with the Fluger Presidente spinning reel. I put 10-pound monofilament line, brand new line today for y'all on this guy. And we're fishing with a very specialized North Shore setup. What we have here is a little tiny fly. We call this the looper bug. It's a horizontal situated fly with a little hair on the end and some pretty sparkly things. We have that set about 3 feet under what they call a looper bobber. You're not going to find these anywhere but up here on the North Shore. This is a slip bobber. I'll show you this here with a little plug on the bottom. So the bobber slips up and down, and then we're just going to peg it right here. We peg it. This sits exactly where it needs to sit. This bobber is weighted. Somebody up here has hollowed this bobber out and has put lead weight, and then they put on the bottom, it looks like Flex Seal from the infomercials. So this fucking thing, we can whip it out there and fish with this big equipment with this little tiny fly. We have in our pocket here 30 worms. We're gonna put a worm on the end of this, we're gonna cast it out there, and we might catch a fish today. These are these little goofy up north worms that you get. They're small, they got a weird smell. We're gonna put this on there, and then we're gonna chuck this bad boy out. Okay, are we ready?
You tell me.
I was born there, buddy. I'm casting where I'm casting because it's just a good spot to cast. I can cast there. You watch that bobber out here because any little movement could be a fish. Look at it. We're gonna catch fish today. Word on the street is these fish come in here to get away from the gnarliness of the big lake they call Gimiguchi. Oh, there's a loon. Look at the feathered loon out there. That's the state bird of Minnesota right there. The feathered loon. Yeah! Oh! Well, the weather's just right for the your fancy cooler, which you're looking at right there. That thing will hold a dozen beers. The handle broke because I was so thirsty yesterday I had to rip into it. Is that the kind of sounds you want to hear from me? I put some ketchup on my hot dog, mustard on the bun, head out to the ballpark, have a lot of fun, hey. Ketchup on my hot dog. I think the goose is hunting for something over there, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna cast my bobber as close to that guy as possible because maybe there's little bait fish in there that he's going after. Maybe those bait fish are what the bigger fish in this body of water desire. I hope I'm making sense here. It is quite early. When you're casting a lot, you should take care to check to make sure that the connection's tight so you don't end up losing half your fucking setup. Pro tip from Nate P. I'm doing this in hopes to entice a fish with my enticing dance, my tantalizing samba. Come on! Sometimes that actually works. Call this one walking the dog. Oh yeah, if you could see that lure in the water, you'd be like, whoa. Where we're at right now, this fishing's been pretty bullshit. So we're gonna probably pack her up and go check another spot down the road. And I am gonna catch a fucking fish today. Okay, can you hear now? Are we rolling? Spot number deuce. How do I look? We're just in this bay. I don't even know if there's gonna be any fish here or not, but we got a crawler and a looper bobber on and a looper bug, and let's get to it. The wind's down here. It's a little bit warmer here. It's much more pleasant to be. So we'll see how we do. Geez, that bobber's so little. I keep looking out there and I see it's gone and I get a little excited and then out there it is. Son of a bitch. Fishing's been slow today and I am feeling hungry. Time to cook lunch. Here we are. Both cameras rolling? Today we're going to talk about hot browns. The Minnesota hot brown, which is a take on the Kentucky hot brown open-faced turkey sandwich. The Kentucky hot brown was started at the Brown Hotel in Louisville, Kentucky. It was a dish prepared for hordes of people that have been out dancing at night.
Could you demonstrate maybe what the dancing would have looked like?
I could demonstrate. I mean, I'm sure the cook there decided instead of having a regular meal to feed these drunk legions of weirdos, he'd come up with this new kind of sandwich. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it our way. And our way basically means we're going to pound out some turkey cutlets. We're going to pan fry them in some bacon fat. We're going to make a roux. We're going to make a bechamel sauce. We're going to turn that into a Mornay sauce, but I'm going to add some Gruyere poupon because I like how that tastes. Pardon me, do you have any Gruyere poupon? It's rich, creamy, salty, savory, delicious. It's one of those meals when you're sitting out here at the shore that really makes you warm up and feel good. It's so rich, we're going to cut it with this bitter radicchio and arugula salad. Bright, nice, super easy vinaigrette we'll make right here. So let's begin. We're going to get this burner on here. Okay, burner's going. Now the bacon's going to serve a couple purposes today. Purpose number one is going to be to get me some bacon fat so I can pan fry these turkey cutlets. Purpose number two is when we end up making our hot brown sandwiches, we're going to top them with 2 nice strips of bacon. Listen, we're shore fishing, we're at shore lunch. I don't care if you crowd the pan with some bacon, we're just going to let this sit. So I'm going to put on a pair of turkey-proof gloves. We got this bone-in turkey here. You can take a boning knife or you can take a fillet knife like I have here, and we're just going to cut these rib bones out. Just going to follow right under these ribs here. So we got the bones out. I'm just going to come over here and I'm just going to peel off the skin. We're going to cut off the tenderloin. Just going to cut this down the middle like so. So this piece is already super tender. Some little pieces like this, 2-inch pieces, let's say. I'm going to take this 1-gallon freezer bag. Nothing's ideal when you're cooking on the shore, so you know what? We're just going to put all this fucking turkey in here. Now we're going to zip this up. Part of the way we want to leave a little air in here. Do you have one of these laying around your kitchen? This meat mallet. We're going to take this with the flat side here, and we're going to start pounding these turks. This is tenderizing this meat. This is also making things nice and even. So when I fry them fast and furious. This white turkey meat is notoriously tough. That's why you cook turkey slow and low usually. We don't have that luxury on Shore Lunch. Okay, this will be a better surface. We want to get them all nice and flat as we can, and we want to get them nice and even. I would say a 1/2 inch would be really good. I'm going to take some Herbs de Provence. I'm going to put these right into the bag here. We'll give it a couple grinds of pepper, a little bit of salt here. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there too, just for good measure. Rub-a-dub-dub. Try to get them nice and coated. We're going to let those sit for a minute. So here we go. The bacon's cooking real nice. Have a peek. Bacon's coming out. A lot of bacon fat in there, but we got a lot of nice turkey. So let's just do a tester of the turkey. Turkey is so finicky. If you overcook it, it's going to be fucked. So you want your turkey to be 165. I want to cook this to its 155, and then I'm going to pull it off. 3, 5, and done. And now it's off to the races with the rest of these suckers. It smells like Grandma's Thanksgiving kitchen. It's tender and good. We want these things to be just past pink. Cut this just like this. Look at this beauty. Nice shreds. Organic baby arugula. In, beautiful. If I can get this fucking thing open. There. That's how you do it. This stuff's supposedly washed already. It'll be fine. We're gonna make this roux. This roux is equal parts fat and flour. So I'm gonna go with 3 tablespoons of this butter, right, like so. And then we're gonna need to put in 3 tablespoons of flour. 1, 3. We don't want to cook it too much. We want to cook it down until it's a grainy blonde roux. I'm gonna just quickly check these guys. Flip them all over. We're gonna take the temperature of these guys here. 113, not quite there. This one is. Which tells me this little guy's gonna be too. We'll pull the liddles. Roux over there bubbling up real nice. You wanna keep this moving so you don't burn the flour. Oh, these things smell so good. Come take a look at this here. Once this is to a nice blonde color like it is right now, I'm gonna add in some milk. 2 cups of milk. Whisk this all together, and we're gonna let this come up to a boil. I have this little bit of nutmeg. Nutmeg can very quickly overpower a sauce or a dish, so we're gonna use this microplane, and I'm just gonna give it 1, 2. Let's see how this guy is. Oh, he's done too, fun. Open up our bread. So look at this, we're making fatty bread. I'm gonna add just a little bit more butter in this pan. Get a couple nice slices of this tomato. Oh yeah, they're starting to get crispy. That's what we want. Oh God, if you could smell it, just that rich, nutty, toasted bread smell. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Burner off, okay? Salad stirred. Now we're gonna add in the most important part, which is a shitload of Gruyere cheese. Gonna dress our salad. So we're gonna take some olive oil, about 4 tablespoons. Sherry vinegar, salt, some pepper, lemon squeeze. Are we gone?
I think we're good. We might have lost some footage, but
We're gonna spoon this sauce over the top here. This delicious sauce. You know what, fuck it, huh? We'll finish each one of these up with a nice piece of tomato. Don't forget the bacon. Look at this. This shit's gonna be so good. Just a little garnish of parsley. This is the Minnesota hot brown. You see it here first. I'm very excited to try it. Let's all eat. I think it's the best thing I've ever made in my life. The turkey's done well. The sauce is luxurious. This is a meal for these cold fall days. The arugula is nice and nutty, and the radicchio is beautifully bitter. I've never cooked turkey cutlets like this before, and they turned out really good, so it's a wrap. It's been a hell of a good day today. We had a lot of fun, made a good meal. Stay tuned for next time when I possibly break my no fish streak. Until next time, ta-ta. Is ta-ta good?
I got that fishing in my system. Bluegill gonna be my victim. I got that fishing in my system. Walleye gonna be my victim. I got that fishing in my system.